then the answer to the crisis they had created will be this global cashless society where they phase out the currencies and just move to the SDRs, and now it's just digital on your card. The government's answer now is make somebody thumbprint or face scan to be able to even get online. And you notice almost all the new laptops coming out, almost all the new keyboards have the thumbprint on them. Microsoft, what was it, 4 years ago, had built into their new operating system a internet ID by thumbprint. It's there waiting.
Spiegel that?
No, the son of a bitch walked in there in my own office when I'd splattered stuff on myself when I was changing shirts. He goes, oh, that's a good shot. Let's get your shirts. And then he goes, I go, hey, have some of this chicken and sausage. So technically I said, Jones offered me his sausage. Yeah, give me a break, you son of a bitch. I like women, not men. And if I like men, I'd be proud of it. I'd have a line of them. But I ain't ever been in bed with no man.
Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns. Fidel Castro took the guns. Hugo Chavez took the guns. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.
The Sandy Hook families are trying to shut down InfoWars and Alex Jones. Most of you probably remember, but for those who need a refresher, the Sandy Hook families sued Jones and won, claiming emotional distress and that people were harassing them due to Jones saying that it was a government false flag, or people on his network saying it was a government false flag.
$965 million today. That is how much a jury decided Alex Jones should pay to Sandy Hook families.
Ultimately, the final amount ended up being over $1 billion. And whether or not you think the lawsuit should have gone the way that it did, I think most reasonable people would say that being awarded over $1 billion for this is extremely excessive, especially when you consider the fact that there's absolutely no way Jones will ever be paying that money to these families. That's not what this was about. They want InfoWars and Jones to be deplatformed for good. So after Jones and InfoWars filed for bankruptcy because he's not a billionaire, they've been going through all of the steps and the negotiations that come with the bankruptcy filing and the settlement. With the latest development being that the Sandy Hook families want InfoWars assets, including the studio, to be liquidated. They took this to a judge, and the judge ruled to push it back for 2 more weeks.
Well, a judge is deciding whether conspiracy theorist Alex Jones's assets, including his media company, should be liquidated. Jones lost 2 lawsuits and was ordered to pay $1.5 billion to the families of victims of the Sandy Hook school shooting. He and his media company have filed for bankruptcy reorganization, but the families involved in the lawsuits oppose reorganization. A judge is expected to decide whether Jones's assets should be liquidated on June 14th.
As you can imagine, Jones is not very happy about this. Here's a small sampling of him talking about it on Band.video.
I've been under attack. I've been gaslit. I've had secret federal filings filed on me that I'm committing crimes, referred to the Justice Department, which of course wasn't true. We'd already filed it in federal court months before. They didn't even check this shit. If you're gonna fucking frame somebody and fucking lie about them to goddamn federal court, with the fucking know it's already filed in the goddamn court, you bastard. So fuck you. And fuck anybody else that tries to go on your shit. You want fucking war, you fucking got it. I told you one more fucking lie, and I was going to do this, all right? I tried to sustain this place. I didn't believe America was as corrupt as this. I didn't believe we were this fucked, and we are this fucked. This country is administratively got a bunch of scum in charge of it. And that's why it's going down the tubes, and America and the whole world sees it. So you misjudged who I am, and in a year of minions misjudged who I am, and you have no idea. No idea. So go ahead. Try to jerk off some operation to shut the doors here and do that and prove everything I said. It doesn't matter. And I don't sit there and make threats. I make promises. I haven't had time yet to dig it out of my phone. But I will. And you will, at the end of the day, know that Alex Jones, the American patriot, defeated your evil ass. Let's do it, because we can be shut down tomorrow. Oh, they'll have their big victory. It'll be all over Bloomberg and AP. Alex Jones's thing shut down. Whatever bullshit story they have. Fuck you.
That'll be our victory. But
fuck you. I'm telling you, like, war. You want war, you got war. Democrats officially filed yesterday a plan to close the doors and shut down InfoWars right after the 14th of June. It's official. I've got AP, Reuters, that headline. Close InfoWars. I told you that. The bigger intrigue is that They did try to have the security shut the building, and I have the documents, I have the reports, I have it all here, and I've been asked by the judge to lower the temperature until the 14th and not release that information, basically. He said, lower the temperature and no more of this to everybody, okay? Now, the judge has talked to all the U.S. trustees and all the people and has talked to the CRO. He's talked to the Chapter 5 trustee that talks to him. So he knows that they did this. All right? So he knows it's true. And when all the sides were trying to bring it up, the Connecticut lawyers trying to act like I'm a bad guy, and then I made it up. The judge just went, I got the transcript, just said, stop right there. Stop right there. So the media is all, oh, Judge Lopez threw Jones a lifeline. No, he said the hearings on the 14th. I'm the managing member. The CRO did not have the power to shut me down. And I've been asked not to get into this at this point. I'm going to just stop. But it's still going on. And they're claiming it's not from him. So, but we have the document. I'm just going to stop right here. The judge has asked me to stop. But everybody that's been saying I'm lying about this, lying about that they're trying to shut down InfoWars at the courthouse steps in Texas and Connecticut, they said that. They said, we don't want money, don't support him, we're going to shut him down. And they've never settled. But under the law, they have to act like they're trying to settle, and then they just never do. So they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. At the hearing, the Daily Mail got a pretty good transcript as well. Large pieces of it. They're like, we want it shut down right now. He's a loose cannon. He's evil. He's bad. And look how he's making it up that they tried to shut it down this weekend. That's a conspiracy theory. He's created a crisis.
We'll see how this all shakes out for Jones in a couple of weeks, but I can't imagine it going well for him when you consider the full system is pretty much an assault against him right now. Whether or not you agree with Jones on a particular point is not the issue here. The issue is whether or not we live in a country where you're able to speak your mind without dealing with litigation like this. To give just one example why they would want InfoWars shut down, here's a throwback to when Alex Jones snuck into Bohemian Grove.
Let's talk about Bohemian Grove. This is one of the first things that you did, almost like a vlog style. Before anybody was doing vlogs, Alex Jones was doing vlogs.
So I don't know much about it when I sneak in. It's like, okay, you're going to pay me to sneak in and get guys worshiping an owl. Sure. Okay, I'll sneak into your camp. I mean, I wanted a free trip to Northern California. Okay, so again, I'm a Christian, but I'm like, okay, devils and devil worship, that's what people do in like on acid in trailer parks. Okay, the world of the leader not worshiping an owl, okay? Yeah. And so it comes time, I fly out there, a little, DV cams just come out, this little compact camera, put it in the fanny pack, and basically it was all true, it happened, it was insane. So it's on the Russian River, totally beautiful. It's the biggest stand of redwood trees outside of the big national park in California. So they pull up to the entrance, and there's like a bog and a little bit of a swamp right here off the road, and they go, okay, Alex, you're gonna walk through. And I had a feeling, and I saw that they were pulling cars into park in a parking lot over here and picking them up on these big flatback buses. And I made a split-second decision to step off and go through the barbed wire fence, because this is before the checkpoint, and just act like I was in the parking lot and get on one of those. And so we just sailed through, because Mike Hansen, my producer, also went in with me, because it would be better to have two people. People aren't usually alone. And so they've told me some of the passcodes to different camps, because it's like little camps of cabins and stuff and like bars and things there that are built all over. There's over 100 camps.
Do you remember what the passcode was?
It was stuff like, I'm with the Hillbillies, Red Mountain. That was, I'm with the Hillbillies. Hey,
I'm Alex Jones. I'm here with the Hillbillies. All right.
Well, cool. I chose that because that's the Bush's camp. It's like a Texas camp that's kind of midway up. So we get off, and I'm like, okay, I got a map here. I want to go see the owl. I'm going to make sure this is real, because the pond's supposedly only like a half mile down. So I'm going in the gorge, and people are walking by, and I'm like, that's a senator. I know, who's that? You recognize people because you've seen them, but you're trying to think, who is that? They're basically all famous. All of a sudden, I'm walking by this big pond, like, there's the big 45-foot owl. Oh my gosh. And they already had it, like, getting it ready over by the side, like this band, like a mummy, but like a child. The mock sacrifice they burned. So I saw that. I'm like, okay. Starts getting dark, and I go, okay, let me reload the camera, get ready. I've got a little hole in it here with a hole in the front I can lift up. This is makeshift where I can hit the button on the back. And there they're playing. Dun, 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 dun. And there's an orchestra playing, and they're all eating, and there's these giant tables, and I can just smell the food. And that's looking good. I'm like 100 yards above it, looking down like a cat. But now it's getting dark, so I feel safe, and everybody's drunk by then. Now everybody's going down to the water. So you go around the owl on this bank to then see the owl about 60, 70 yards away. And this high priest comes out in his white robes and red cape, and he's got the staff, and he says, "Let the dead who were here before us, their spirits be here." And so they did, and they go through like this cornucopia of like Babylon gods, and they summon all these different gods, and they say, "But we summon the most powerful, the goddess, to renew us the next year and give us strength and rebuild our bodies and give us the thing we need. And we bring an offering forward to our God so that we will be able to put all of our sin and trouble onto it." And then this open, ornate, I'd say like 18th century British carriage comes out with big glass sides with a coffin on it, like a 5-year-old size coffin, like a 5-year-old child would be in, and a bunch of priests, like with a whole bunch of guys with torches. I got all this on video. Come out, guys with torches in front of I think it was like 4 people bearing the coffin. They take the effigy of the child out and put it in front of it, and so it's like, "Be gone, Duncan!" And it's like, "We forward to feed you now! Please don't kill me, no, please!" Like, "Yes, we're gonna kill you!" And I'm sitting there going, like it's a play. I think they're not taking this serious. And these old men are sitting there just going, but like in a satanic type deal. They were just going, and I'm like, "Hey, this is pretty cool."
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, and Mike was kind of, "Hey, how's it going?" They're like, "This is important."
Oh my God.
Like, and so you're like, they're dead serious.
I mean, America, if they could stick their hands down your pants and put you in a radiation baker, why shouldn't you have to get a government ID to be able to log into your computer?
Hitler took the guns. Stalin took the guns. Mao took the guns.